Hey guys, Daniel here with BadgePass, and what we're going to do today is really look at some of the new features that we have available here on BadgePass ONE, starting with our file-driven entity import, which means that you can import one file across multiple entities, make your life way easier. So we're actually going to do one here in real time, show you how it's done, and kind of break down some of the steps that are best practices to get you to import successfully every time. So to get started, make your way to your BadgePass ONE portal. Most of the time, this is kind of what the landing page will look like, and you'll be able to make your way to the data integration tab here on the left and select the import button. Here you're going to notice that there is a new file-driven button, which means that instead of selecting a particular entity, all you're really doing is just selecting that file-driven mode. It'll allow you to select a file and actually go in and associate the different fields like we have done in previous times. But before we actually start mapping all of these fields, I do want to show you how the Excel spreadsheet should be built, just so that you're working on this correctly in the future. So make sure that your Excel spreadsheet you're working on is formatted in CSV formats for a successful import. But once you've done that, you know, when you want to do that file-driven import, all you really need to do is work on that entity type field here. So make sure you type it all like that with no spaces, all lowercase. Entity type will be kind of the directing column there to make sure that everything else is populated correctly. If any of these different entities have particular, different fields like custom fields, anything like that, just make sure that you are putting that in that CSV file as well, just to make sure that all the fields are going to be associated correctly and you're importing all your data all at once. So once you've done that, we've got multiple here: healthcare, hospitality, corporation, just a couple of different type of examples of the entities we have available in this account here for BadgePass ONE. So once you've done that, you're going to do the same thing you've done before in your normal imports. And if you haven't looked at our import videos, definitely take a look at those and kind of learn how those work. We discuss what the overwrite button does. All of those things are still active. They still work the same. But the only thing that has really changed is doing it all at once here when it comes to custom fields, which I'll show you here in just a minute. So associate first name with the last name here. The last name, make sure it's associated to the correct field here. Just to kind of keep in mind, source is what's in your spreadsheet or your CSV file, and default is what you would like to assign that may not be available in your CSV file. So in this case, I actually want to go ahead and put active status set to true for all the entities and records I'm importing in here. So once I've set that to true, just match any other fields you think would be beneficial for this import. The ID number is a required field, so just make sure you select the correct ID number to avoid duplicates. And then here, this is what you'll notice has changed since our last update. This right here actually allows you to select the custom field. In this case, we've got a job title, right? So for our healthcare entity, we have a title available, which can be done if it was already in the CSV. You can go ahead and just select that correct column, or you can assign them as well, right? So you can do that on this side, and so on with the other different options as well. So same thing here with hospitality. If you want to start with like start dates, you can put today's date on there. You can put different types of membership types, anything like that. You'll notice that all of these custom fields, anything you have available in there, those will also be able to be imported into this process as well. You can also include addresses. Just make sure you've got the correct address type here if you're using those addresses as imports. Emails as well, and phone numbers, you can do all of that. Those things have not changed in terms of our previous updates. And then once you're done with that, you can actually hit save and go ahead and import that file. We also have a new photo import, which we'll discuss in another video, so be sure to refer to that if you want to learn how to import photos. But in this case, we'll go ahead and hit save, and you'll see that when you look at the import history, it's all going to be the same there. So you'll notice that you can pull more information in terms of what imported correctly, what didn't import. You can troubleshoot from there. You can actually cancel imports in the process of them being imported. As you can see here, there were records updated in this particular file across those entities. So instead of me having to do 3 different imports for these different types of entities, I can just go ahead and do one One knock it out a lot easier, and it's a much simpler process when I'm managing my ID system. So I hope that's helpful in terms of how to use our file-driven tool for entity imports. Be sure to ask us questions if you have any. We're more than happy to help, but I really do believe this is going to make your life a lot easier moving forward. So enjoy using our tool, and again, please reach out to us. We're always here to help.